Hey everybody, yeah, welcome back to the Right Stuff video. It's beginning of October. I'm outside enjoying the the days before the snow and the ice start to fly. And I wanted to talk, it's a little bit noisy out here, hopefully this comes out. I wanted to talk about ideas for poetry. And one of the things that I've tried recently, that I'm doing recently, is doing Twitter poetry. If you're not familiar with Twitter, and I don't know who is not familiar with Twitter, but if you're not familiar with Twitter, it's basically micro-blogging. Really noisy. It's definitely micro-blogging. You have posts. You have posts that are 140 characters. And so you gotta say what you gotta say in 140 characters. So I figured, I will do poetry. And I think if Robert Frost were alive, he probably would do poetry in this vein as well, since towards the end of his poetry, he was trying to get the really short, small, concise poems. So if he was alive, I think he would definitely be doing Twitter poetry. And that's 140 characters. Why? It's cold out here. Why? Anyways, that's including characters. That includes spaces and periods, and any other, commas, quotation marks, anything. 140 characters, including a title. It has to have a title. And one of the things that I do to know where the next sentence begins, I do a slash, so people will know that that's the end of the sentence. Anyways, I wanted to share some of the Twitter poetry to kind of give you an idea. And the first couple poems kind of just sprung out, but then when I tried to really do the Twitter poetry, it was get a little, it's hard to kind of squeeze down what you want to say in a few letters, 140 characters, but it is possible. And let me give you some examples of my Twitter poetry. My first Twitter poetry, of course, is, and you can read all of these at my Twitter page at www.twitter, that's TWITTER.com/podcastbard. That's PODCASTBARD. And this traffic doesn't give up. Okay, the first poem is Mystical Experience. Kiss the sky, hug the moon, love the sun. Political madness. Next poem. Political madness. Problems increase. Government promises. Our country dies. Next poem. Geek revelation. Mind's contemplation. Internet's realization. Our imagination unlimited. Next one, constitutional excellence. We the people, to form a perfect union. E pluribus unum. And for those, e pluribus unum means out of many one. That itself is a very poetic statement. PRDS, Pardis, actually means garden. Forget what language. Holds its secret through time and space, infinity's choice. Cycles truth. Leaves fall to ground, cold chill in the air. Sleep ends the year. Things gone, and yet to come. Healthy living. Anti-disintegration machine. Cool autumn breeze. Nature's canopy of color. An anti-disintegration machine. It's a bike. Pedal bike. Between cycles. The cycle's secret holds. Truth of infinity. Realized in autumn's leaf. And so that is some of my Twitter poetry. If you want to read those things, you can go over to twitter.com/podcastbard. That's PODCASTBARD. And if you write some Twitter poetry, I would like to read it and hear it. So you can sign up for a Twitter account and tweet me, and using @ and I would love to see your Twitter poetry, and hopefully we could come up with a new genre. And so that's about it. I hope you all have that's it for this clip anyways. Hope you have a wonderful day, evening, writing. May the force be with you, and live long and prosper. And stay creative in the magic of life. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
Hey everybody, I am sitting here outside just kind of enjoying October. You know, it's the beginning of October. It's really nice and cool and comfortable. I like it. I like it like this. You know, humidity and heat. Even though we didn't get too much of that this summer, you know, I think maybe a couple weeks. You know, peace, man. Peace. Try and do a show. Try and do a show when you have this as a background. It's fun. I like to see Joe Kelly try and do this. His shows are awesome. Anyways, I have a poem. It's actually a summary type poem. Actually, it's more prose. And I like writing different things. See, if it weren't for this, now it's the jet that's flying overhead. The whole world wants to be in this video. Anyways, I try writing a variety of different things. Twitter poetry. You'll be seeing a video of this. If I'll probably be putting it in the same show as this. Sci-fi poetry. You know, that's poetry about sci-fi. I love sci-fi, and I love poetry, so I combined the two. You know, we gotta have poetry ode to a busy street. It's great. I tried a variety of different types of poems, prose. I have tried to write short stories, and I am still working on the art of short stories. I have also tried epic poetry. I mean, there's a variety of things. It's you know, if you really love to write, you can write on anything. Anything. If you love cooking, okay, write on cooking, whether it be articles, prose, or even poetry. You know, the Food Network, you can write about the Food Network. Anything you want. So anyways, let me just read this poem about summer. Actually, I think it's probably the end of summer, which this is. Reading it by a busy city street, trying to impinge. Peace, man. Peace. I could always give him half a peace sign, but you know. The title of this prose is Waiting for Our Time. Waiting for our time. It is days like these humid summer days that I have a homesickness for autumn. Cool autumn air, the sense of the time after summer, the feeling of change in the air, where you can walk down any street throughout New Hampshire and get a unique picture painted by nature's hand. The reds, yellows, greens, and browns. I wish autumn would last longer. I would be willing to give up some of winter and give it to autumn. But to steal from one beauty to give it to another would be the greatest crime. But one can fantasize about the possibilities and dream dreams of the love in her soul's perspective. Good poetry, prose, and song come from those types of dreams where one could be selfish in the moment and it slips. Where one could be selfish in the moment as it slips through our fingers in time. The price for our walk on the good red road. There is a siren that's in the distance. It sounds like it's coming closer. This is the sounds of, see, here, yeah. Well, it's about 8 minutes here. I will cut it here and say, stay creative in the magic of life. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
engineering. These are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another clip. I am still outside. I am still next to a busy city street. Yes, haven't learned my lesson. Maybe I can move this camera up a little bit. Yeah, that's about it. I think I'm probably going to end this show with a couple spiritual poems. Spirituality has always been a big part of my life. I mean, you write what you know. You write what you like. And so, I mean, if you like spirituality, if you like thought, if you like mathematics, and speaking of mathematics, there was a show on PBS a while back, Square One TV. They had a lot of mathematical music videos, so the songs were about mathematical concepts. Such as infinity, the bigness of a billion, and the bigness of a billion. So I mean, you can write a poem on anything. You can even do a video anywhere, including probably the worst space to do a video. That's below a popular air route next to a busy city street, or actually at the intersection of two busy city streets. And those of you in Manchester know which streets they are. Anyways, so you can write a poem, or I mean, not just a poem, anything, a song, whatever you like. Whatever you like. If you want to write something, okay, just write. You know, you don't have to be a good speller or anything like that. You don't even have to do good grammar, because you can always have somebody check your work. And see, the other thing too, when you're writing, you actually learn good grammar and good spelling. I mean, most of the writers that I know are atrocious spellers, including me. But the amount of writing that I do and the words that I use, I've learned how to spell many words. So my spelling has improved because of my love for writing. And all the other stuff that I love to write about, you know, spirituality, Twitter, busy city streets, airplanes flying overhead, you know, and then actually, let's just wait a couple seconds for this double. If you're looking for ideas to write about, check my Twitter feed. Twitter.com/podcastbard. PODCASTBARD. And you know, there's a lot of little Twitter posts there, including my Twitter poetry, that will spark imagination with you. But I mean, look around you. Just look in your life. And, you know, do you like to cook? Do you like to do construction? Do you like sports? Do you like sci-fi? Do you like romance? I mean, you name it. What do you like to do? And also, what do you hate? You know, you can really write about what you hate. You know, just let those feelings out there. You know, I mean, the world is your oyster. You can write about anything. And the more you write, the better you get. And the better you get, the more you can write on. So anyways, here is a couple spiritual poems. I have a picture that I bought. I really love this picture. It's a woman, and there's planets and stars and waterfalls and all that. You know, I kind of call her the Lady of the Universe. I've been wanting to write a poem about this particular picture. It's another idea. You know, go to the Curio Gallery of Art and get some inspiration there. Write a poem, a story, a song about one of the paintings there. You know, take notes. I don't think you can bring cameras in. Anyways, and I wanted to, and it took me a while before I actually found the inspiration to write about it. And so I wrote this. Actually, I wrote it back in August. It's October now. Lady of the Universe, the spirit that flows through star and planet, the magnetic force within the great being, connects all life. Through the mystery of love, fairies come and go, and big trucks, whispering messages of the body, for wholeness of the great being, the lady, keeper, of the two trees, one of knowledge, one of life, holds each unto its own. The golden ring, time within time, the law of karma, energy cannot be destroyed, only reshaped. Two paths in the golden wood, and only can travel one. Decision brings decision. The golden ring, the golden wood, the golden time. The lady lends her hand. The moment of inspiration, the moment of creation. The cycle completes. Knowledge to knowledge, life to life. The trap of the two trees is the golden ring in the golden wood of the golden time. The golden eagle high above the two trees knows the truth and escapes the cycle. And that was also thanks to a movie that I listened to this summer. I think it was called The Fountain. Awesome movie. I suggest everyone check it out. You can definitely get some inspiration there if you like spiritual stuff. Here's the second poem. The Trap of the Two Trees. The tree of knowledge and the tree of life both have their own trap. The cycle of knowledge keeps feeding itself, as to also the cycle of life. Both lead to death, to transformation, and the continuation of its own cycle. Both have their keys to break the cycle when seen as a whole from that higher place, a higher perspective. Thank you for listening to this video and this show. Stay creative in the magic of life. Thank you for listening.